Hello, travelers. This is Steve of First Time Travelers. We're in Kauai and we visit the Allerton Garden at Sunset Tour. Do remember there is 2 tours on the property, one of the Allerton Gardens and the other of the McBryde Gardens. The Sunset Tour is special as you do get to sit in the Allerton estate and have a nice little dinner. We ask that you stick around to the end of the video so that we can explain the costs and the little things you do need to keep in mind when you take the tour. So we hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please like it. And most certainly we ask you to subscribe to our channel as it does tell us that we're doing a good job. Thank you again and enjoy. Okay, we're off for our adventure at the National Tropical Botanical Garden. Should be fun. We're gonna have a little walk around area, tour, and then we're gonna have some dinner too. Do want to take note, this is the area adjacent to Spouting Horn. Spouting Horn area is right over in this area, right over here, and you can see both on this tour.
Ironwoods, very hard wood, but those pine-like needles are actually modified leaves. So not a true pine, not a true conifer. We're going to head right out our gate here, head down the coast for about a half mile, and we'll start dropping down into the Kauai Valley, where we have 2 of our 5 gardens that make up the National Tropical Botanical Garden. We got 3 gardens on this island, Allerton and McBryde. Down in the Kauai Valley, Limahuli Garden on the North Shore, almost to the end of the road, 100-acre garden. And we have a garden on Maui, East Maui Kahanu Garden, and a garden in Florida, south of Miami Beach in Coconut Grove is the Kampong Garden. So if you ever find yourself in southern Florida, feel free to check out the Kampong. We have all 27 species in our McBryde Garden, which is our main flagship garden, our main garden for science conservation research. But I gotta hop out and get us through this gate. This used to be the entrance to the Allerton Estate, what our Allerton Garden is named after. On top of these brick columns on either side used to be 2 statues that we're gonna see as we walk through the Allerton Garden on our way down to the Allerton House for dinner. Let me get us through the gate here, be right back. This used to be a sugarcane hauling road for McBryde Sugar Plantation. That's what our McBryde Garden's named after. McBryde Sugar was in operation for nearly 100 years. 1899 to 1990. It was the last sugar plantation to shut down operations on the island. It's the largest sugar plantation on the south shore of the island. So this, on the left there is what's left of the Allerton's driveway. Allertons used to be able to drive down to their house at the beach. Now that driveway is just an overgrown footpath that people use to trespass down to the beach. treating gout, rheumatism, arthritis. But when these fruits are ripe, they smell like rotting cheese or like really bad toe jam. And what we do with the fruits today, we'll stick them in a glass jar, gallon, 2-gallon glass jar. Fill it up with ripe fruit, seal it, stick it out in the sun 6, 8, 12 weeks. I don't want to smell it. But you're still going to taste it. And it tastes worse than it smells. It's as bad or worse than cod liver oil. So if you've ever had cod liver oil, you know how nasty that is. I've tried noni juice once. And ever since then, I try to stay healthy enough so I don't need it. But I'm gonna break this open so you get some nice fresh scent. I don't recommend you touching it like I'm doing, because then you're gonna wanna wash your hands, which I'm gonna do right after I put this down. But I'm gonna break this open into a couple of pieces. I'm gonna put it on the railing. Again, I don't recommend you touch it, but if you wanna get a whiff, put one right there. Put one right there. If you're brave enough, you can get a little whiff. And pardon me, I gotta go wash my hands.
All right, all the brave souls. It is right there.
It's not so bad.
It's not so bad. Oh, it definitely has. Oh,
I don't have very good smell.
yeah.
Did you get?
Oh, gee.
Anybody recognize these? Tell me what they are.
Impatient?
A lot of people mistake them for impatiens. They're a little woodier. There's something else. They sell them all over the country.
Woody impatience.
See them Lowe's, Home Depot, nursery, garden stores all over the country.
And some of the yard ones.
They like hot, sunny climates. They'll grow anywhere in the southern U.S. from California to Florida. But in the 1950s, 2 Canadian researchers isolated 4 chemical compounds from the plant. And if you're in medicine, you might have heard of, they're called vinblastine, vincristine, a couple other vin names I don't recall. All 4 compounds used to this day to treat leukemia, lymphoma, and other cancers.
How about that?
So 4 chemo drugs derived from 1 tropical plant. Bougainvillea, which is also from Brazil. It's got white flowers. All your color around the flowers are leaves, modified leaves. They're just there to attract pollinators. Birds or insects to the white flowers. Just like bougainvillea, little white flowers. All the color are leaves, just to attract pollinators. We got 3 Moreton Bay fig trees from Queensland, Australia. These are banyan trees, famous for the huge buttressing roots. All 3 trees were planted in 1950 from 1-gallon pots. Any of you born in 1950, these could be your siblings. All 3 trees used to be 30 feet higher. They all got topped off twice by each of the last 2 hurricanes to hit the island. Welcome to the Allerton's living room. Unfortunately, we lost some of their furniture in this room. They had a sofa, a couple of chairs, table. I've seen it in the old photos, black and white photos, but we lost those.
Well, that was our tour of the Allerton Gardens at sunset, and would like to mention a couple things for you to consider. Number one, let's talk about the cost. As you can see, we paid $105 per person for the tour and the dinner. The regular cost of the tour is $65 for adults, and then children 12 to 2, $32.50. So those are definitely things you're going to have to consider. Do you want to be down there more towards sunset and have dinner, or just do the daily tour? I'm going to let Lisa tell you a little bit about the mobility issue, as it was a rather long walk prior to the dinner.
Thank you, Steve. Hi, everyone. This is Lisa. Something I want you to know is that this very well could have been the most beautiful tour we have ever taken. With that said, I want to share with you what you need to consider when it comes to mobility issues on this tour. Please know that this walking tour was roughly 1 mile long, yet the change in terrain made it a bit difficult for me. Now know that at the time of this tour, I was 3 months out from knee replacement surgery, and I needed my cane to help me along the entire route. You need to know that there were several sections of stairs up and down that we had to use to get around, and this was a bit troublesome. Nice to know that the tour guide was extremely helpful and cautious as we walked the tour. One last thing to consider is the required rule of closed-toe shoes, and my addition to this rule would be to wear loose-fitting clothes so not to prohibit movement and overheating.
Wow, Lisa, those are great points. Well, everyone, if you happen to have any questions whatsoever about the tour, don't hesitate to send them our way. And most certainly, if you did enjoy the video, please like it. And if you can, subscribe to our channel, as it really does help to tell us how we're doing and that we're doing the right thing. We wish you all well in your travels. Mahalo.